Yo, it's your boy Jay Prezi, man, straight out of Harlem, man. And I'm rocking with Sicarah.com. Make sure you go check it out. You heard?
What's up? It's your girl Sicarah, and right now I have with me Jay Prezi of Harlem. What's up?
What's goody? What's goody?
So thanks for being out with me today. You just released a project that's doing tremendously well, so congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So right now we're in Harlem. You're from Harlem. So I gotta say, you came from an era where everybody was screaming Dipset, diplomatic immunity. However, I know you were playing basketball. So did that affect you at all musically?
What the Dipset?
Yeah, like did you want to be like Cam, Joel? Did you want
Of course, because you know Cam went to the same high school I went to, played for the same high school basketball team I played for. So you feel what I'm saying? So I always related to Cam, you feel what I'm saying? And Mace also. They both went to my school and they both played basketball. So you know, music and basketball are synonymous, you know what I'm saying? They both are similar, you feel what I'm saying? If ball players want to rap, rappers want to play ball, you feel what I'm saying? So I always wanted to be around music. I always was around music, even when I wasn't doing it.
Okay. All right. So back then, were you writing at all, or it was literally just a ball?
I was writing. I wrote my first rap at 15.
Oh wow.
I wrote my first rap ever at 15. You feel what I'm saying? I used to always go to the studio with my bro Webstar, and I used to help his artists write and things of that nature. So I was always into the writing. I was always into the art.
Okay, that's what's up. So let's get into your latest project, because I'm dying to know what made you name this one John John, and what's up with the Roman numerals? You know, a lot of us are not familiar with that, so let me know what that means.
Well, I called it John John because like I feel like this project was 100% me. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I know everybody in my neighborhood, everybody I grew up with, they know me as John John. You feel what I'm saying? So, and it helped people make the correlation between Jay Prezi and John John at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't know Jay Prezi was John John. You feel what I'm saying? So, and the MCLXXV, the Roman numerals, that stands for 1175.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? 1175 is usually is the numbers I use to stand for my block, 117th and 5th.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
that's where all that comes into play.
Rapping Harlem, real heavy. All right. I like that. So I want to get into some of the songs. So on Adversity, there's E and Ray, right? So I want to know, who's the first artist you ever heard tell a story? Because you got real deep with the storytelling, and I'm like, wow, I can really respect that, because we don't get that often anymore. So I want to know who influenced that.
Well, my influences with the storytelling is always Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z was my favorite rapper growing up. You know what I'm saying? Also, Nas was a big storyteller. I was a fan of Nas, but I was a more Jay-Z fan. You couldn't really be both. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And also, a big favorite that a lot of people don't know is DMX. You know what I'm saying? So I used to listen to DMX heavy, and the Damien stories and slipping and falling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he always told stories. So that was a big influence on me too.
All right, so I definitely can dig it. I'm from Yonkers, so I respect that.
Shout out to YO.
Yes, exactly. So I want to know, would you say Damien is one of the first stories? Like, what's one of the first ones you heard? Because I know mine was Tupac, Brenda.
But one of the first stories I told was an old story. Like, that's a good question. I can't think of what was the first. First story that really resonated with me that I could is Meet the Parents, Jay-Z.
All right. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Loyal to Jay-Z. I like that.
Yeah,
Consistent.
So that's one of the first. I'm not gonna say that's the first story I ever heard, because that's like a. I can't remember back that far. I've been listening to rap so long. First story I probably heard was Brenda's Got a Baby from Tupac.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said too, right?
So that's probably the first story I ever heard, and I Ain't Mad at You. And we was once two niggas of the same kind.
Yeah,
Quick to holler at a hoochie with the same line. You was just a little shorty, but you still roll. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. All right.
So those probably my first, but the first story that I fell in love with probably was Meet the Parents.
All right. I definitely could dig that. I like that. So then, Brand New. That's one of my favorite records, mainly because of the beat, and then it's really motivational. Everybody wants something brand new.
Facts. That's a fact.
So you talk about car, women, watch. Let me have it. Brand new. What's your dream brand new of those three?
My dream brand new car, man, I gotta say a Bentley truck.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't really crave no women. You feel what I'm saying? The women that's in my life, the woman, the girl that's in my life.
Woman, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Is, you know what I'm saying? She's fine with me. She's doing her thing. You feel what I'm saying? And what else you asked?
Watch.
And watch. I gotta say, I need a AP, man. I need an AP. I need to protect.
Okay,
I need to
okay.
protect. I need an AP. I need a Hublot. I need all those watches. I'm gonna have a good watch collection.
You're the first one that I ever heard AP. I'm like, what's that AP? What?
Oh yeah, nah,
I gotta
APs
look
is
into
lit.
that. Okay. That's what's up. All right, and I respect that. So then I want to get into Hold It Down because I actually had a chance to witness you and your father perform, and it was amazing between his vocals and your raps. It just went together really, really nicely. So was that the first song you guys ever done together?
No, that's not the first time. I mean, that's not the first song we ever done, and that's not the first time we ever performed together. Like, we performed together at the High 97 Who's Next. I performed the High 97 Who's Next and brought out my dad, and we performed an old song we had together called Hold It Down. I never really released it to the public, but we performed it.
That's fire. So how did your dad influence you? Because I know he had to, because his voice is like incredible.
Yeah, my dad is the first influence I ever had really musically, because he was on tour my whole life. So I'm saying, every time when I was asking where my pops at, he was on tour. You feel what I'm saying? He's in Japan, he's in London, he's this place, he's that place, you feel what I'm saying? When he didn't have no babysitter, I was backstage at shows, I was at the studio, the big studios, you know what I'm saying? Because he was performing with my uncle, Roy Ayers, who's a legend in the jazz, you feel what I'm saying? So everything they did was pretty big, you feel what I'm saying? So me being experienced to that, me being exposed to that, like, I feel like it prepared me, like I'm not really scared of anything.
So you're ready. You're totally ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So if you could go on tour with any one artist, who would it be and why?
If I can go on tour with any one artist, and like as a fan, or
I would say working with, like, if you could collab, like, you know how Jay-Z and Lil Wayne works with various artists.
Right. Well, my I don't know. I never really thought about that. But the artist I want to work with that a lot of people don't know is my dream artist to work with is Bruno Mars.
Really?
Yeah, I want to do something with Bruno Mars. Like, a lot of people don't know that, but that's somebody I really want to work with musically. But as far as going on a tour with, that's a lot of things that got to come into consideration. Like, our crowds will have to mix, my music will have to mesh with theirs. So that's something I would have to put some thought into.
Right. That's what I'm wondering too. Like, so do you like pop as well as hip hop?
I'm a fan of all music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not closed-minded, because, like I said, my pop does jazz music. So I was exposed to jazz growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of pop music because I'm a fan of Bruno Mars. I love what he does. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, I'm a fan of hip hop. I'm an avid fan. I've always been a fan. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I used to play basketball, I used to listen to hip hop on the layup line and shit.
Oh, okay.
And my coaches used to say, like, I used to break a sweat performing before I even played the game, because I used to be going so hard saying all the lyrics in the layup line and stuff. Like, all my coaches used to tell me I was gonna be an entertainer.
Oh, that's fire. So they already knew. So you're destined.
Right.
Basically. All right. So one line that stood out to me, you said, "Person who made college ain't go to college." So what that mean? They created it for a profit. So I did my little research. I know you went to SUNY Purchase, right?
Right.
All right. So tell me about that experience. Did that make you want to switch from basketball? Did that make you want to?
SUNY Purchase is definitely the transition point for me, because going to a performing arts school, you feel what I'm saying, where everybody's real artsy and they following their dreams, it just exposed you to that environment. And in the library, they had a room which had the computer, the whole mixing board. So I used to go in there and you can mess with the stuff for free. So that's what really made me make the full transition. Like, nah, this is what I gotta do. This is what I was destined to do.
Okay.
But as far as that line goes, the person who made college and go to college, that was just something that I thought about one day, and it has to be a fact. You feel what I'm saying? Because college wasn't here since we was here. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody had to create it. And if they didn't go to college, they couldn't have created it for wanting to teach people, because what are they teaching them? You know what I'm saying? They didn't get taught anything. So the only reason it could have been created for was profit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a line to spark conversation, stimulate the mind. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
People need that sometimes.
Speaking of that, I feel like you're really woke, and that's actually why I wanted to talk about it, because I feel like a lot of artists, they don't really talk about the truth, or maybe they block it out, or maybe they don't even realize it, you know? You also mentioned a lot of police brutality, especially in your latest music video, New York Shit. I really appreciate the scenes that you put in, the lyrics you put in, and even throughout your John project, you also have different tracks, like 3 tracks that reference it. So with so much going on in the U.S. history right now, what is one particular scenario, if you can name one, that made you say, listen, I have to mention police brutality, I have to get it out there?
One.
I know,
a
it's
few.
hard, right?
A few, nah, because at the end of the day, I'm from the hood, so I encounter police all the time, and they always over-aggressive, overzealous. You feel what I'm saying? I've had guns pulled out on me numerous times. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, police is out here scared for their life. They acting like they at war with us. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. I've experienced that numerous times. I remember one time I was going to a party, and they pulled us over, and they had us on the floor with our hands behind our head. And just because I kept talking, the cop pulled his gun out and put it to my head just because I kept talking. So that's why I always reference police brutality, because at the end of the day, like, they made a nigga like me, who I just keep my distance from cops. I don't even like them. You know what I mean? Because even when you keep your distance from them, they still fuck with you.
I could definitely appreciate you putting it out there.
I got to. Somebody has to do it, you know what I'm saying? And we have the platform that these kids listen to.
So, you know, you're very confident. You hear it all through your music. You was big in basketball, always had popularity. So what keeps you humble?
Keep me humble is the fact that there's always more to do. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody with more, it's always somebody with less. You know what I'm saying? So life is about balance. You know what I'm saying? You never get too high, you never get too low. You know what I'm saying? You just stay balanced and you stay even, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it could always be worse and it can always be better.
Wow. So are you able to listen to anybody in hip-hop right now, part of the new era?
I really don't listen to too much new music, and it's not because like I'm against the new era. It's just because like I'm so focused on my music.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? But damn, who am I a fan of? I mean, I'm a fan of Drake just because he makes good music. You feel what I'm saying? Drake makes good music. Who else I'm really a fan of?
Yeah, it's a little tough. I figured you would feel that way.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of J. Cole's. But even though I'm a fan of them, you know what I'm saying, I don't listen to them 24/7. I still, if I was to put on some tracks, it'll still be Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? If I listen to some new school, it'll probably be some new school style shit, because, you know what I'm saying, that's good music too. You feel what I'm saying? It's a time and place for everything.
So have you noticed that some of the new artists, they suffer either more from depression, or they show it more?
I feel like that's coming from social media though. You feel what I'm saying? Like I mean, I was raised in the social media area too, but like I was in the transition period. You feel what I'm saying? So I was forced to go outside. I was forced to learn. I was forced to learn morals. You feel what I'm saying? I also moved away when I was 18 for like 5 years, and I was in different states on my own time. So, you feel what I'm saying? And I feel like with social media, a lot of kids, they just sit on their phones or play their games all day, and they don't have no soul searching. You feel me? They don't go outside. They don't go through real life situations to learn from, because life is about trial and error, and they don't have that much trial to learn from.
So I'm glad you said that, because I was really bringing it up because I feel like you said, you were in the transition period. You're not really like new era. You're more so with the old school that's going on. And your music, you talk about the ups and downs. Like, it's not like you didn't go through anything in life. But however, I just feel like this era doesn't deal with it as well. And I'm glad you mentioned some of the reasons why.
Yeah, but they struggle with individuality. That's what this era just struggles with. Like a lot of people don't know who they are, because they spent their whole life on social media looking at who they think they want to be, that they don't know who they really are as themselves. So I feel like I'm blessed to be able to go through that transition period, and hopefully I get the platform to where I could be able to express that and open some eyes.
That's deep. So what's next with you? Can we see a song with you and Davies? Will you appear on Power? I saw you at Ghost recently and Dapper Dan. Like, what's up?
Well, you know, with the E situation, I'm working on something with Each right now. I'm trying to get actually trying to get him on a remix of New York shit right now. You feel what I'm saying? Ghost, he's actually working on music, so I met him in the studio. You feel what I'm saying? So next, I haven't really talked to him about my acting, but next time I sit with him and get a chance to really build with him, I want to talk to him about my acting because I was just recently in the movie. I starred in a movie that premiered in Magic Johnson. So thank you. So I want to also explore that side of the business also. You know what I'm saying? As far as Dapper Dan go, Dapper Dan, him and my mom is close, you feel what I'm saying? So my mom was like one of the first models when he was coming up back in the day.
Wow.
So we, you know what I'm saying? He always show love. So hopefully I'm cool with his son, Jelani. So hopefully we put something together.
Alright. So wait, what was the name of the movie? We're not just gonna skate past that.
Oh yeah, the movie was called Breaking Point. You know what I'm saying? It's by a famous poet from Harlem. Her name is Sicarah J.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? And the movie focuses on relationship issues, especially in the black community, you feel what I'm saying? And things that we go through in relationships that maybe both sides don't understand. She's trying to bridge the gap.
I love it. Well, congratulations on that, and thank you for your time today.
No problem. This is a dope interview. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My team, we all bosses, all Jordans. If it's beef, hit a Minish Grill, I'm George Foreman. Bunch of fake love foes calling you bro.